Come, sit. Welcome back to another video on my channel. I'm Jessica Monet. Last week we talked about how to be alone but not feel lonely. But this week we're going to talk about how to make a better life for yourself. Every time you see people talking about this subject, these are people who have made it, right? These are people who have gotten to what your end goal is, and they're talking about their own experiences, but you never hear about how to make a better life for yourself for someone that is in the middle of the process or for someone that is in the beginning of the process. I would say that I'm in the middle of the process. I have places I want to go, I have things I want to be, and so because I've had that past experience of my life just going up, I know that my life is going to continue going up. I know that I'm going to get to the end point that I want to be at. And so from someone in the middle of the process of getting their dream life, I'm going to be talking to you guys. We're going to have a conversation about how to make a better life for yourself. Let's chat. I think it is so good to be making this video because with a lot of people that have already been in their made it season for a while, they tend to forget limitations, frustrations, and things that they experienced in the beginning of their journey. And so people who are in the beginning of their journey, they don't have much to relate to because they're trying to aspire and to get motivation from you when you're already kind of far away. There's so many focuses that you need to have. The first thing that you need is, I want to call it delusion, but it's not delusion. I think the world calls it delusion, but high self-faith. Okay, I made a video on godly confidence, and my confidence from the way that it used to be is sky high. My self-confidence is sky high because my trust isn't in myself and my own abilities, but my trust is in the spirit of the one who lives in me. Okay, I partner with the creator of the universe to get me to the point where I know he wants me to be in a place of abundance, a place that flourishes me, and a place that helps other people. I know because my trust is placed there that there is no limiting beliefs. I don't need to settle for the life that I have now if I'm not happy with it. I don't need to dream or think small. My faith in the place that I want to go at is almost delusional to some people. Okay, so that's the first thing you need to have. You cannot be pessimistic. You cannot limit yourself, even if it sounds crazy, even if it sounds so like far-fetched. You need to believe that you are going to get to the place that you want to get to, okay? Because without that belief, you won't try. Without that belief, you won't put in 100% effort. These things are all laws of the spirit. If you sow something, you reap something. Whatever you put out, you get back. So the same energy you put out, you will get it back. These are spiritual laws. And so spiritual laws, they will not make sense to a physical mind if you stay in a physical mindset. When you know that you are partnering with God to get you to the place that you want to get to, you need to have a humanistically foolish mindset. This is a mindset that might not make sense to humans, but it makes sense to God. Wherever your strength fails, wherever your human body cannot take you, God himself will take you. So it is that outer worldly faith in yourself, outer worldly faith in God, outer worldly faith that dream that you really want is going to happen, that dream that you really want is in reach. Everybody that always sits and complains about people that are doing things, it might seem cringy to them or whatever the reason that they're complaining about it for, that they're so miserable with their life. You hear that they complain about every other thing. So it's not just this influencer that they're complaining about. It's not just this person that's going to start the business that they're complaining about, but they're complaining about their family. They're complaining about their job. They're complaining about their city. That's why they will never get anywhere, because they have a negative mindset and they're so pessimistic. Yeah, that they have limited themselves and put themselves in a box, so they already have a ceiling. They cannot break through because they have placed their ceiling there, okay? But I want you to get rid of that ceiling. I want you to open that box so that there is no limit. There is no limit. Space is endless. The sky is endless. So as soon as you shoot out from that box, you will keep flying. Delusion or very, very high self-faith is the first thing that you need to make a better life for yourself. There are going to be times where people say no. There are going to be times where doors are shut in your face. You need to have faith that if one door shuts, another door will open. You need to have faith that if somebody says no, somebody will say yes. You need to have faith that one person's junk is another person's treasure. Okay, there is an audience out there for you. There are people out there for you that will see what you have to bring, what you have to do, what you're proposing them as treasure instead of junk. You need to believe that in order to start the journey of you making a better life for yourself. I was listening to Atomic Habits and I actually finished the book, and I would really recommend for anybody who is trying to grow themselves and to become the dream version of themselves to read that book. It mentioned a lot about boredom. It said that the people who kind of make it further in life in comparison to their age counterparts or their people that they work with are the people that are willing to keep doing what they know that they have to do, even when it's not fun anymore. Even when the motivation is gone, even when they don't feel like it, is the people that will show up day in and day out, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. every single day, even when it feels mundane, to get the thing done. Because breakthrough is a result of previous past actions that have been happening in secret. The breakthrough is what everybody else sees. So whenever somebody breaks through or is an internet sensation, they didn't just come out of nowhere. That isn't always their first shot. For some people, it can be, and they have grace and blessings on their side. But for others, they have been working for years. You might have not seen the past 5 years. You just saw that one video that shot up, or that one song that blew up, and now all of a sudden they're walking in their purpose. Now all of a sudden that the dream life that they have been working so tirelessly and endlessly towards is now real, because of the past routines, the past habits that they have been doing day in, day out, even when they were bored, to get there. And an example I can give of this is Doechii. Doechii, I didn't know this, but for me, she kind of sprung out of nowhere. And all of a sudden, she won a Grammy. And I looked a little bit more into her and I saw a lot of people praising her and things like that. And I come to find out that this woman has been working for 5 years to break into the entertainment industry. She's been working for 5 years to have her dream come true. And only now we have seen that breakthrough that has got her some phenomenal awards, showing us the fruition of her past work, her past experiences, her past actions. She worked when it was boring. She worked when she didn't want to do it because she knew that this dream is something that she wants. There's been times where I'm like, I really don't want to get up and plan a video. I really don't want to get up and schedule content. I really don't want to get up and learn about algorithms. I really don't want to get up and read about finance. I really don't want to get up and do this. I don't want to. But if I do it, I'm 1 degree closer to the melting point of the ice cube. Okay, that 1 degree makes a difference. An ice cube might not melt at 6, it might not melt at 7, it might not melt at 8, it might not melt at 9. But once you turn the dial down to 10 degrees, it might start to melt. That one day that you put in effort and you're just like, oh. But then the next day you will reap the reward of all the past efforts that you did just because you put in that one more extra day. So boredom, you need to get used to it. You need to get used to it to make a better life for yourself. Of course, try new things and try different ways of doing things, but you need to be comfortable with boredom if you know that the things that you are doing is beneficial for where you want to go. Is this really actually working out? Is this really possible for me to get? Is this something that can actually happen for me? That is when you need to shut down those thoughts with a quickness. What do you shut it down with? Prayer and results. Prayer and results. So whenever I'm like, I don't think I could do this, I actually don't think that my dream life will happen. First of all, that's an attack from the enemy. It can happen because I thought about it. It can happen because it came to me in the first place. And there is nothing new under the sun. The desire that I have is not some brand new desire that has never been thought of before. Okay, like somebody else is living my dream life. A bunch of other people are living my dream life. And so because they are living my dream life, they are living proof. They are living proof that it can happen because it is happening for them. So whenever I think like that, I'm always like, okay, first of all, I rebuke that thought. Get out of my head in Jesus' name. And then I remind myself of what God has said. He has said that he has a plan to prosper me, has a plan for my good, not to like ruin me. He doesn't have a plan to like make me live a terrible life. Okay, so I know that I'm trusting in him and putting in the work to get to where he wants me to be. Okay, but Alongside of that, I need to give myself some stimuli. So what stimuli am I going to give myself? I'm going to go on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. This is when you use social media for your advantage. You're not using it just to scroll endlessly, okay? The time that you could be using to scrolling is the time that you could be putting in to make a better life for yourself. I talked about in my last video how to be alone and not feel lonely. I wanted my friendships and my life in university, my life as an adult, to look a certain type of way. And what I did was I filled my mind with images, stimuli, movies, scenarios that aligned with that. So go on Pinterest, follow artists and creators that are living the kind of life that you want. I'm not somebody that feels jealousy towards a person or a thing if they have what I want. What I feel instead is motivation and drive. Ugh, that should be me. No, jealousy is essentially an indication of desire. It's telling you there is something that you desire and you're upset that somebody else has it. Jealousy is useless. Jealousy isn't going to get you where you want to go. You're just spending time pondering on somebody else's life, thinking about somebody else, when you could be thinking about how to get there yourself. Okay, jealousy is time consuming and is useless. But if you instead derive motivation and drive from that, you will get one step closer to the thing that you want. So I will watch these movies, I will follow these creators, I will watch these videos, and they would depict the life that I wanted to live, the things that I wanted, the dream that I wanted to have. And because I got so used to seeing it, it became something that I expected because it was normalized to me. It was no longer something that was foreign, okay? And so it was inspiration in the beginning, and then it became normal. And when something becomes normal, it's very easy for you to get it because you won't reject it because of imposter syndrome. You won't miss it because you don't even know that you're looking for it. It is something that you are accustomed to. And so if you're accustomed to it, you will not settle for less. So your inspirations are going to be a source of motivation, and you will get that source of motivation from your Instagram, from your Pinterest, from your YouTube channel, from your TikToks. And then once you start feeding yourself and conditioning yourself with that kind of media, you will become accustomed to it and it will become the norm for you. So you will not settle for anything less than the dream life that you have been feeding yourself. Guys, this is the next one. This is something that I've had to adopt recently, as in the past year, for where I want to go. Before, my dreams were not, they didn't require this as much, okay? But this is something that you need to develop if you're somebody that wants to be incredibly successful, because you need it. And that's discipline. The last time I had big-ish dreams was when I was a teenager, and it wasn't that long ago. I'm only 22. To get better at talking to people, to get into university, to have a best friend, to live a good university life. Those were the dreams that I had at the time. I obviously had bigger long-term ones, but those were the ones that I was focusing on in the meantime. Those don't really require that much discipline. Now, my dreams are a little bit more serious. They're a little bit big. I know that the person that I need to become is one that has discipline. One that has discipline. What does this mean? This means waking up at a particular time every single day because you know that you have to get work done. Even when I want to lie in, even when I want to take a little nap, I'm going to get my work done. Because if I establish it now, when the things I have to deal with are smaller or less of a workload, I will be able to fly like a butterfly and sting like a bee when my workload increases dramatically. I will be able to be on top of things when I have more things to oversee and to handle. I love the Bible verse that I've been repeating to myself and other people have been repeating to me, which is, do not despise the small beginnings, because it is in the small beginnings that you cultivate the skills and the traits and the behavior and the mindset that you need to operate in the level that God is going to take you to. And so in this season of my specific life, I've been working on my discipline and it's really been paying off. Because of my discipline, strategy is being made clearer, okay? And you need strategy in order to advance in anything. War has strategy. Business acquisitions and mergers have strategy. Whenever there is a court case, every lawyer has a strategy. You need strategy in order to win. Although I have my own dreams, wishes, and desires, do I know everything? No. Do you know who does know everything? God. And so if I want to get the best possible dream life for myself, I'm trusting in the one that knows all. I'm trusting in the one that created all. The strategy that I go along with, the strategy that I use is one that is God inspired, because I'm not trying to mess everything up because of my humanistic ways. No. No, 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 no. I want the best. And because I want the best, I'm going to trust the thing that can give me the best because he sees the best for me. There are things that I can lack discipline in, and there are things that discipline comes very easy for me. And so I need to figure out what systems I need to set in place to make discipline easier for me to choose. Okay? I need to make the choice easier. I need to make it a done deal. For example, if I want to eat better, which is something that I'm trying to do this year, eat better and exercise more. If I want to eat better, right? And I love the taste of kebabs, I love the taste of McDonald's, I love the taste of KFC. I need to make something that is homemade, is healthy, and something that I enjoy, okay? So I need to make it a done deal. If I like the taste of McDonald's, if I make potatoes and chicken, I will choose the potatoes and chicken. It's the potatoes and chicken. Like, it's in my house. I made it. It's healthier than the McDonald's, so I'm gonna eat it, right? It's a done deal because now it is more of an inconvenience for me to go outside, to walk and walk and walk, or to take the bus, to drive, to a place that is further away and to spend more of my money to have food that's gonna make me hungry 5 seconds later, right? It is more of an inconvenience for me to not have discipline. Therefore, the choice of discipline is a done deal. It is so difficult in the beginning. It's so difficult in the beginning. It's not easy, especially if you're used to living an undisciplined life. Discipline in the beginning is not easy because it requires self-control. The more you're like, remember where I'm trying to go. I need to use this time wisely. You're gonna choose discipline. The last thing I kind of want to talk about is sacrifice. Sacrifice is interesting because I feel like the Bible does talk about God does not want your sacrifice. What he wants is your obedience. And hey, you don't need to say any more, okay? You're telling me I don't have to give anything up. I just have to listen. I'll do it. I'll do it. What do you mean? But there is also a Bible verse that says, for my burden is easy and my yoke is light. It doesn't say the burden is not there. It doesn't say that the yoke is non-existent. It doesn't say that the yoke is 0 kgs. The yoke is there. It's just light. The burden is there. It's just light. So what does that mean? Instead of giving up everything, that is a small, tiny thing that I will need to give up. What does that look like for me? If I'm on the path to having a better life for myself, I'm going to need to work hard now so that I can enjoy and reap the rewards later. That looks like sacrificing a little bit of my social time. So the burden is not going out every other day, not having a very active and thriving social life because I am choosing to put work in the place of where I would be going out. But it's light because I can still have me time. I can still hang out with my friends sometimes. I can still have a hobby and all of these things. So it's a small sacrifice, but it's not really a sacrifice. It's more of a small burden. If you're doing everything in your own strength and you're doing everything in your own power, the sacrifice is probably going to have to be bigger because you're not working with a supernatural being. You're not working with somebody that knows everything. Okay, I like to work smarter, not harder. And so I'm partnering with somebody that knows all so that I don't have to lose anything I don't have to, so that I don't have to give up anything I don't have to, okay? Because I know that if I work with him, the thing that I would need to give up is less than the thing that I would give up if I was to work on completely my own strength, my own knowledge, and my own ability. But sacrifice is there. It's necessary. It's necessary, and be comfortable with being uncomfortable with it. Because it's only in that uncomfortability that you will grow and progress. Having a better life for yourself in the beginning is a lot of sad emotions. There's a lot of bad emotions. But emotions come and go and they're never permanent. And so if you're trying to get somewhere that you want as an improvement of the place that you are at right now, it's going to be hard in the beginning. It's going to be difficult in the beginning. It's going to be frustrating in the beginning. But those emotions will quickly pass away. And then when you get in the groove of things, and then you're unstoppable. That's you flying. And then you come out of the season of refinement and you come out of the season of you getting these skills together, learning this characteristic that will literally propel you into the dream life, into the better life that you wanted. And it will be so amazing, and you will be able to handle it better because you have spent this time working on yourself, because you have spent this time refining the skills that you need. You need to be working on it now. You need to be working on it now. If you wait until you get the thing to work on the things that you need to have to manage that, you will either never get it because it will never come to you because you're not aligned for it, or you will get it and you will squander it very quickly because you're not prepared. I don't believe in luck. You need to be prepared for when that window of opportunity comes in front of your sight to jump through it. Okay? You can't just like be like, oh wait, how do I open it? How do I close it? Wait, do I need to roll? Do I need to? No. The window is open, you see it, you recognize it, you jump through because you're ready, because you're prepared, and because you know what you're going to do when you land on the other side. And even if you don't know what you're going to do, you're prepared to jump anyway because you recognize the window of opportunity. These are the things that I think that you need to have in order to make a better life for yourself. It is possible for you. There are all these people living their dream life, living the best life for them. Do you think that they just conjured it up? Do you think that it just happened by chance? God is not a respecter of persons. If somebody else has something, you can get it too. My God is the creator of the universe. There is no limiting belief. There is no negativity. There is no pessimism. Because I know that this too shall pass. Because I know that this is what I have to do now to be happier, greater, flourishing, abundant, all of these kind of things later. Small burden for greater enjoyment later. Bigger responsibilities, yes. Less time, maybe, for myself, yes. But I will be happy because it's what I've been working towards. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're all in the process. I'm currently in the process. And so you're watching somebody talk about it who is in the middle of transforming her life, which gives you another perspective, because there are people out there that talk about it that have already got it. And I'm giving it from a perspective of let's go through it together. It's like we're taking the test together and we're just helping each other throughout the test. Like and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you haven't already. What are you doing? I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing night, and a fabulous afternoon. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.